Thank you so much for joining with me. We are picking up our reading in Journey Through the Text of A Course in Miracles by Dr. Ken Wapnick, PhD. And this is Chapter 7, The Gift of the Kingdom. We are picking up in the Ego's Fear of Atonement. 2 sections from here, Jesus makes the same point about projection and relates it to why we are fearful of following His or the Holy Spirit's guidance. I'm sorry, my dog's licking me. The Holy Spirit always sides with you and with your strength. As long as you avoid His guidance in any way, you want to be weak. Yet weakness is frightening. What else then can this decision mean except that you want to be fearful? No one gladly obeys a guide he does not trust. But this does not mean that the guide is untrustworthy. In this case, it always means that the follower is. However, this too is merely a matter of his own belief. Believing that he can betray, he believes that everything can betray him. Yet this is only because he has elected to follow false guidance. Unable to follow this guidance without fear, he associates fear with guidance and refuses to follow any guidance at all. To protect ourselves from self-accusations of untrustworthiness, look at what we did. We projected our guilt all around us, including onto those who are our teachers. We chose the ego's weakness as our reality instead of Christ's strength, a theme to be developed more fully near the end of our symphony. And we make the journey alone with only the ego's specialness as guide. Small wonder, then, that we stumble and continue to blame the stones beneath our feet for the fall. Still worse, becoming afraid that what we projected will attack us, we strive to erect defenses against the non-existent enemy. This merely reinforces our sense of fear and weakness, for the need to project is born of our need to deny the betrayal of God and the Holy Spirit that we believe is our secret sin, a belief that we strain to conceal behind our projections. Awareness by projecting, it remains within. Ideas leave not their source. We continue to regenerate attack thoughts through guilt each time we feel guilt. We deny and project it, and believe others will hurt us, justifying our aggressive acts of self-defense. This guilt attack cycle can only escalate because the underlying guilt has never been exposed and undone, which is why projection is such a powerful weapon in the ego's arsenal. Since the projections have not left their minds, they are forced to engage in constant activity in order not to recognize this. Remember, everything is in the mind, and despite our desperate attempts to keep guilt from awareness by projecting, it remains within. Ideas leave not their source. We continue to regenerate attack thoughts through guilt. Each time we feel guilt, we deny it and project it, and believe others will hurt us, justifying our aggressive acts of self-defense. This guilt attack cycle can only escalate because the underlying guilt has never been exposed and undone, which is why projection is such a powerful weapon in the ego's arsenal. You cannot perpetuate an illusion without another, without perpetuating it about yourself. There is no way out of this, because it is impossible to fragment the mind. Ultimately, we are all part of the same split mind, dreaming the single dream that entails our separation from each other. However, dreams are not reality, and the attack thought of separation and fragmentation can never leave its source in the one mind of God's separated Son. Consequently, this mind cannot truly attack because attack is unreal. The ego's insane dreams of victim-victimizer to the contrary. To fragment is to break into pieces, and mind cannot attack or be attacked. The belief that it can, an error the ego always makes, underlies its whole use of projection. It does not understand what mind is, and therefore does not understand what you are. Yet its existence is dependent on your mind because the ego is your belief. Attack is the core of the ego thought system, since the belief in separation is the belief in our having attacked God. This is the reason the workbook states that the world was made as an attack on God. Being nothing but the projection of the ego's thought, we attacked God, who, having been attacked, will inevitably attack in return. This insanity is easily corrected by the atonement that says, since God is perfect oneness, the inherently dualistic attack is impossible. The final line above provides a most striking articulation of this theme of the ego's source. Yet its existence is dependent on your mind. The ego is solely dependent on the decision-making part of the mind that believes in it, having no existence within itself. And I am going to stop right there, and I'll pick up tomorrow on Since the Ego is Only a Belief. Thank you so much for joining with me. I love you. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you then.